morning. Yeah, wow. Getting ready for class today felt so different than usual. I think because of the reverence that I approach the idea of mothering with, and like it's one thing to teach yoga, and it's another thing to step into practice about something that we're in deep learning about and deep reverence to. I think yoga is always a practice that I am in such deep reverence to. And in so many ways, when I think about yoga as a mother, like a practice that has the most ancient roots and a practice that knows how to offer us the fullness of whatever it is that we're needing to be held. And I was like reading and thinking a lot about mothering and this idea that we have about mothers that in order to be like mother-like, that there has to be only softness. And softness is such a huge part of what I yearn for when I seek to be held, right? Any of my parts to be held. And there's more than just that, right? And that's true in the yoga practice too, that there are these shapes, there are these mantras, there are these sounds and movements and deep ethical practices that we engage in that hold us with such softness and sweetness and gentleness and help to like reparent us entirely in our way of like attuning to what is even possible in terms of how we are held. Right. And it's so interesting that when we're born to a mother, whoever that mother is, holding them with a deep love, even in all of their challenges, right? That there are ways in which that mother that we're born to maybe meets some of our needs, and also never all of them. Hi, like literally, hi, mom. My mom is on this call, and I like am in such deep and loving relationship with her. Like she is my guide in this world. And it is also true that it would be impossible for any one mother, any one being in this world to meet all of our needs, right? To meet every one of our yearnings. And so I just think about this relationship with the wild mother, the mother of the forest, the mother of the earth, Mother Moon, right? The mother ocean, and how much all of these different versions of the mother, one, give my mother, right? All of our mothers infinite permission to mother in the ways that they can and want to and are ready for, and also to not be the only ones mothering us. Like, what a profound blessing it is when we are caretakers and care providers of any kind to know that we are not doing it alone. I would argue, not even just a blessing, an absolute necessity, right? That we have other mothers next to us, hand to hand, heart to heart, holding us in a much larger network of care. And I bow so deeply to my mother. She has and is doing a phenomenal job of caring for me and offering me unconditional love. And what a gift that we both together, right? And you too, with your mother, whether you talk to them, whether you're in relationship with them actively, whether you're not able to be in relationship with them for so many real reasons, that we can all together be in apprenticeship and learning and held by something like the mother of the moon or the great pussy of the earth, the mother of the earth, that opens and expands and allows us to be held in just the ways that we need to. And in some ways, there's nothing more, I don't know, we'll have to ask my mom, but I wonder if it's true that there's nothing more profound than both our mothers and us being held by the same primordial wild mother. Like, what greater connection could there be? And regardless of what relationship you are in with the mother that raised you or wasn't able to raise you, we hold them with love. We give them strength for their journeys, and we step into our own power and willingness to welcome the forces around us that allow us to feel the refuge and care that we all need to thrive and be held. So just take a moment here to let your eyes close and to just let yourself imagine or notice the ways in which the wild mother shows up for you. She might be of tree kind. She might be of water kind. She might be of fire kind, of earth kind. She might be all of these in one. Adi Shakti, the primordial mother, is one of the archetypes that we're invited to connect to in yoga. Adi Shakti, Namo Namo, was the first mantra I ever learned. And it means to the primordial mother, the mother of all the mothers, the mother who holds us in gentleness and also in fierceness, right? The fierceness that is required to birth things into the world and to nurture the heck out of them so that they can thrive. Namo Namo, we bow to you. We offer you our love. We offer you our pleasure, our delight, and our presence as a gift to let you know that your care matters so deeply and holds us so fiercely. Just like Mother Durga, who rides on the back of a tiger. She is not messing around, you know? That is like, that is a mother energy that knows what's up. She knows what kind of structure and sturdiness and fierceness is required to bring intentionality to all of the work that we do in this life. We need that mother, right? We also need the gentlest petal of the magnolia tree mother that holds us with the kind of sweetness and love and inherent knowing so that we can have all of our most tender and fierce parts mirrored back to us by something greater than ourselves. So let yourself welcome in the vision or the quality or even just the sense that this mother, this wild, expansive mother that stretches beyond space and time and one human form, see what it's like to say hello to her. You may or may not be ready to be deeply wrapped and held by her. If you are, by all means, right, welcome that in. And also, sometimes my mom actually taught me this. When we're encountering a new force, the first thing we do is say hello. Like sort of how I greet my friend's 2-year-old. We go boop with our fingertips, you know, because she's just figuring out who's safe in her world. So we start with a little boop. And so I invite you to find your gentle little boop with the primordial mother. And that's where we begin. And notice, we call it Shaktipat in the yoga tradition, where like a teacher or a leaf on a tree or something will sort of like tap us on the head or on our body, and we will feel an awakening. Sometimes it happens right then, and sometimes we don't realize until later that it began then, and we start to unfurl. So we welcome this tiny little Shaktipat with the presence of the mother, the healed mother, the wild mother, the mother who knows because she has been there in the depths. So you can bring your hands together in front of your heart to your forehead and belly. Just make contact with this body that is deeply held and also deeply sovereign in your own power, with enough support to know that you get to exist in your own freedom and capacity. And from this place of togetherness and also individuation, we start with some kind of sound that calls us in. It might be the vibration of Om, which is what I'll start with, or a hum or a call, ma, 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 to the Divine Mother, whatever feels right to you. Take a deep breath in. Om. Notice how that vibrates through your whole being, your physical layer, your emotional layers, your spirit body. When you're ready, you can blink your eyes open and find your way to child's pose. Today and all days when we practice, right? You know, it is the deepest invitation to move in the ways that feel good to you. So feel free to ignore me entirely with my cues. I'm going to offer you my version of what it feels like to be held by something greater. And by no means does that have to be the movement that you need to feel that, right? So the quality of feeling is way more important than doing it the way everybody else is doing it, right? So child's pose, and let yourself like surrender into the mother underneath you, right? What's it feel like to be held by the earth, right? Most of us are in our living rooms. So, yes, feel the planks of your home or your house or the place in which you're inhabiting and the ways in which all of those come from trees that are our mothers, right? We can connect to the spirit of the wood. We can connect to the spirit of the ground and the earth underneath that wood and the mother earthworms that digest and process that so that it can continue to thrive. Deep, full breaths in and out through your nose, really feeling what it's like to have contact with the floor underneath you. And when you're ready, you just walk your hands over to the right, past the edge of your mat. You can stack your left palm on top of your right. Let your left tush really drop back towards your left heel. And just some big breaths into your left side body. And then walking back through center over to the left. Your right palm can stack on top of your left. And big breaths into your right rib cage and your right hip, softening towards the earth. Good. Hands coming on back through center. Walk your hands back in a little bit. Rise up to tabletop position. Pressing down into your palms. Inhale, arch your back, gaze up towards the sky. Let your belly open. And exhale, round your back, press down into the earth. Feel that support and feel how much strength and stretch you can find when you have that stable base underneath you. Inhale, arch your back, gaze up towards the sky. Feel how the throat can open and the low belly. Exhale, round your back. Good. Tuck your toes, find neutral, lengthen your spine. And on your exhale, lift your knees away from the earth, just hover off the floor. So from this support comes deep strength, right? So the earth is right there. It's right underneath your knees. And you just play around with lowering the knees. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, from the power of the earth, lifting your knees, engage your core, lengthen through your tail. Good. Inhale, drop your knees, lengthen your spine. Exhale, lift your knees away from the earth. Inhale here with the knees lifted. And on your exhale, downward facing dog, stretch it back. More space to breathe. Good. Inhale, come forward, knees hover. Exhale, lower them down to the earth. Reset, soften your jaw, soften your shoulders. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, lift knees away from the earth. Hover, long spine, open heart. Deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, y'all. Hang out here. Pedal it through your feet. You could sway a little side to side. Just really like noticing also, right? I've been doing this practice as I'm trying to disinvest from all kinds of ways in which we're indoctrinated into policing being helpful, right? And that is a way of being in the world that is causing great harm. And so I've been thinking a lot about like sort of the inner policer. So if there's a part of you, and deeply trying to disinvest from that, right? So if there's a part of you that starts to give yourself shit, right? When you get into these shapes, like this should be different, or I should feel different, or I should like this more. Just like what a profound practice it is to notice that inner critic. And as a practice, right, as an ethic, choosing to negotiate with that part enough to be able to say, like, not that. We're here to find spaciousness. There may be some grip that we encounter in our bodies and breath, and that's okay. No criticism required. And just notice if there's any freedom that comes through your spirit in thinking, like, oh, I don't have to give myself a hard time. Like, that's not actually going to generate any more movement or magic here. I can just breathe and see what emerges. Ujjayi breath in and out through your nose, this life-giving breath that reminds us that we can fill ourselves with what we choose, right? And I choose this fresh, nourishing breath. Good. Lift your heels, bend your knees, take a walk up to the top of the mat, bend your knees as much as you need to. And as your hands maybe tap the earth, just saying hello to the mother underneath you. Halfway lift, deep breath, long spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, long tail. Exhale, fold. This time all the way up to standing. Inhale, reach tall, gaze up towards the sky. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Press your palms together in front of your heart. Feel your elbows and collarbones widen. Feel your tailbone lengthen to the earth. The wild mother really helps us learn how to embrace our animal instincts. So feel your tiger tail lengthen. Feel your fox ears lift up towards the sky. Feel your soft squirrel belly, gentle in front of you, warm and nourished. Doesn't need to be too tightly held. Good, y'all. When you're ready, inhale, reach up. Embrace the sky. Exhale, fold forward, hinge from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you like. On your inhale, step your right foot back, lengthen your spine. Heel. Exhale, left foot back, downward facing dog. Take this as slow as you like. Good. Delicious as you roll forward like a wave to high plank. Round, round, round your upper back. Once you make it to high plank, pause here, lengthen. Deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the floor. You can bring your knees down. Inhale, snake body emerges. Rise up for cobra pose. Really see if you can embrace the cobra wisdom there. Yeah, exhale, lower down. Cobra doesn't need to lift too high, right? It's got a lot of power. Cobra pose, lift up. More length than lift. Exhale, lower. Take your hands wide, tighten your fingers past the edges of the mat. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, right shoulder dips down, look up and over to the left. Oof, stretch back through those right toes. Inhale, find center. Snake wisdom, left shoulder dips down, look up and over to the right. Oof, that feels amazing. Inhale, find center. If it doesn't feel amazing, do something else, right? Down to the earth. Hands by your sides, prepping for high plank. Tuck your toes, take a deep breath in, get long. Exhale, press down into the earth. Her power sends you up. Deep breath in. Downward facing dog lift. Good, y'all. Stretch your right leg up and back into the sky. Feel the space there. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, get long. Exhale, left foot comes to meet at top of the mat. Halfway lift, deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose. Drop your tush, lift your arms. Exhale to soften, wiggle around a little bit. Let your pelvis be broad and spacious here. Good. Inhale, rise up to standing, reach up, little arch back. Exhale, hands to your heart and your strength. Feel your toes spread. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step your left foot back this time. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, right foot back, high plank. Good. Long spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slow lower down to the earth, however you like. Inhale, cobra pose. Press your toenails down into the earth. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Shoulders roll back. Exhale. Hands down by your sides, palms face the earth. Inhale, lift, torso up, and maybe lift your fingertips and hands. Not crunching the low back, so keep it spacious there. Your tiger tail still reaching down to your heels, and the back of your neck is long. Deep breath in. Exhale all the way down to the earth. Walk your hands up by your sides, tuck your toes. Long inhale. On your exhale, press down to rise up, high plank. Deep breath in. Down dog, exhale. Inhale, left leg up and back. Make some space in the hips. Exhale, step your left foot forward. You've got so much space here. Take your time. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, right foot meets the left, top of the mat. Good, y'all. Halfway lift. Fresh air. Exhale. Surrender forward. Inhale, chair pose. Seat drops, heart lifts. Exhale to soften. A little rock side to side. Right? Especially as we're building strength and stability, there's got to be some play in. So not too rigid in any one part of the body. Give your shoulders some space. You can see me noodling around in my hips like, what does it actually feel like to breathe into the wind? Can you make some organic movements in your body that just give you permission to round and arch and become a wave as you need to? Good. When you're ready, all the way up to standing, reach up, arch back. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, melt forward. Halfway lift, deep breath. Step back to high plank. Lengthen your spine. This time like a caterpillar. Knees, chest, and chin lower down to the earth. Boop. Good. Snake it forward, cobra. Exhale to lower, seat to heels, child's pose. Deep breath in to rise up onto your shins. Reach your arms up towards the sky. And then keeping your tiger tail pointing towards the earth, you're just going to arch through the upper middle back. Cactus your elbows. Oof. Throat open. Inhale, reach up, face forward. Exhale, drop your tush to the earth. Stretch your arms long, child's pose. One more time like that. Inhale, stand tall on your shins. Exhale, cactus your elbows. Open your throat and heart. Inhale, reach up. Sit back on your heels, child's pose. Good, tabletop position. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog, stretch it up and back. Stretch your left leg up and back into the sky. And then step your left foot forward, drop your right knee down to the earth. We're gonna swing this right shin back behind. So you'll see it's like parallel to the back edge of the mat. And then I'm lifting up for a modified side angle. Back knee is down, left elbow to left knee. My tail, right, and my root, like the root chakra right at the base of the pelvis, is reaching down towards the earth here. And a long diagonal line from your right fingertips through your right knee. Breathe really deep here. Pelvis opening and widening. And I like to imagine that the earth kind of like opens and widens an invitation, welcoming us down and in as we soften the pelvis down towards it. Good, y'all. We're going to come back to this shape. So take your time. We're going to step to center. Lower your arms. Step your left knee to your right. And just step your right foot to the back of the mat. We're just going to practice switching sides, right? Bend into your right knee, right elbow to right knee. And your left arm reaches on a long diagonal. Again, feeling that opening in the earth that makes space for the opening in your hips. Whew. Soft shoulders. soft jaw. Good, take a deep breath. And exhale, melt back towards center, step your right to meet your left. Okay, step onto your left foot towards the top of the mat, extended side angle as you reach long with your right arm. This time, engage through your belly and start to lift your left arm just away from the elbow. You're making two arcs, like two crests of a wave. The left arm wraps under your low belly, the right arm wraps up and over the wave. Breathe deep in this. Feel the way the spine has to kind of arrange itself differently when you lift that elbow. And then you're going to keep going with that wave, so much so that the elbows start to connect, right? So take that right arm up and over, left arm under and through, wrapping the elbows together. Step your left knee in. Standing on both knees. So right arm is on top, eagle arms. Inhale, lift your forearms. Exhale, sit back on your heels. Tip your fingertips, your wingtips down and forward. Good. Again, like that, stand tall on your shins. Eagle arms lift up and back, open through your chest. Exhale, sit your tush back. Tip your wingtips down and forward. That's it, y'all. Lift up, unwrap. Stretch your arms up towards the sky. Cactus your elbows. Make space in your upper back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to your knees. Just round your back. Tuck your chin to your chest. Good. Rise up, neutral spine. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Modified side angle. Left arm past your left ear. Right elbow starts on the right knee. And then we're going to find that double wave. Right arm under your low belly space. Left arm reaches up and over. And see if you can make space through your right side body here, long through the sides of your neck. And then keep reaching right arm to the right, left arm to the left until the elbows connect. Step your right knee in. Eagle arms. Inhale, lift your forearms. Exhale, sit back on your heels. Tip your fingers down and forward. Good. Stand tall on the shins. Inhale, lift your forearms up. Exhale, drop your tush. Point your fingers down and forward. Unwrap your arms. Inhale, stand tall on your shins. Cactus your elbows. Exhale. Inhale, lift skyward. Exhale, sit back on your heels, hands to your knees, and just round slightly back. Good, y'all. Rise up, neutral spine. Step your left foot forward. Extended side angle. Right knee is still down, right? So you've got that support, long line in the spine. Take your right arm, circle it back, down and around. Hands come to frame your left foot, spin your right shin back. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, half split, stretch your left leg. Get up long on your fingertips here, so you've got as much length as you can. And then if you want to, you could lift your left arm skyward for an IT band stretch. So I'm flexing my left toes in half splits, and the left arm rises up. Pull a deep breath in as you scoop your left hip back. Left hand comes down to the earth. Bend your left knee, tuck your right toes, lift your back knee. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, airplane pose. Bow your chest forward, bow your hands back by your sides. Launch onto your left foot. Spread your toes, wiggle them, open through the collarbones here. Good, all the way up to standing. Hug your right knee into your chest, stand tall. You could stay right here. You could bring your left hand outside your right knee, and your right arm could reach back behind you. I'm kind of looking to the side. If you want to get really into the wild archetype, you could reach your gaze back towards your right thumb, but you might find some wobble there, which is its own important practice. Yeah, good. Okay, like you're floating through honey. You're going to come back through center. Take your time. Send your right leg back. Airplane pose. That's it, y'all. Take a deep breath in. Bend your left knee. Step your right foot all the way back. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two, open out to the side. And again, that same energy of as the pelvis opens towards the earth opens to welcome the pelvis, right? You could almost imagine vines reaching up to kind of create this beautiful undercarriage support that offers you this gentle sense of lift in your pelvic floor and also a place to surrender into. Exalted triangle. Stretch your left leg long, reach your left arm up and back. And then take your time to reach forward with your left hand. Left hand comes down. I've got a block here. You could grab your book, or you could bring your left hand down to your shin for triangle. Slow, deep breaths. Feeling your heels sort of squeeze towards each other to offer support through your pelvic floor. All right, take your time. Start to rebend your left knee for a moment, extended side angle. Arms could stay wide. Good, and then exalted triangle again. Lift up and back, straighten your left leg. Left arm reaches up and back. Reach your right arm under and through like we did on the earth, right? Those two wave arms. And then keep reaching to come into eagle. Left arm's on top, right arm's on bottom. Turn your feet parallel towards the center of the mat or side edge of the mat. Inhale, lift your forearms up. And then spin your heels. Oh God, okay, take your time. Reach up and then spin your heels in as you start to bow forward. Goddess squat, fingertips reaching down. I learned in that moment that it makes sense to start bowing forward and then spin your heels in, right? So take your time. Let your head hang heavy. If you don't want these arms, feel free to let them go and bow here in goddess pose in whatever way feels right to you. Slowly lift up by grounding into the heels. Unwrap your arms, reach tall. Warrior two to the back edge of your mat, bending your right knee. Flip your palms, exalted warrior, reach up and back. Windmill your hands down to the earth. Sweep your right leg up and back. And step your right foot outside your right hand for lizard lunge. Scoot your left toes back. You could stay lifted. You could drop your back knee to the earth. Find some spaciousness in your collarbone, in your throat. Let your belly soften a little bit. You could stay up on your palms. You could come lower to the earth here. Wherever that front toes are going, the knee is going too, right? So they're going together, either both pointed forward or both can turn out to the right. Soft breath, soft jaw. Let yourself feel held by whatever steadiness feels right to you. So whether it's strength holding you, softness holding you, the mycelial network holding you. Let your mind really wander and be curious about, rather than what is here, right? What is possible? What can I imagine and dream up and allow to be so that is holding me here and offering me just what it is that my spirit needs to feel as free and brave as possible. When you're ready, start to walk your hands back in towards you. Take your time. Walk your right foot in between your hands. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Right leg sweeps up and back. You can bend your knee, stack your hips. You can hold it right here. If flipping your dog is part of your practice, feel free to let your right foot take you over to this modified wheel pose as your right arm reaches up and back. If not, keep breathing in down dog. You're doing amazing. Feel your hands and feet on the earth. We're going to meet in downward facing dog together, facing the back of the mat. Deep breath in through your nose. Deep breath out through your mouth. Stretch your right leg up and back into the sky. Good. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Drop your left knee to the earth. Spin your left shin back behind you. That extended side angle modification with your back knee towards the earth. And just feel your hips soften. And maybe the connection between that and the heart opening as your left shoulder spirals open. Good. Start to circle your left arm back down and around, coming to frame your right foot. Spin your left shin back behind you. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, stretch your right leg long, pull your outer right hip back. Options here, come up on the fingertips, walk your hands underneath you so you've got support, and you could lift your right arm skyward for an IT band twist. Slow, deep breaths as your tiger tail keeps lengthening back and down. Good. Right hand back down to the earth. Rebend your right knee. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Firm up your left thigh and rise up for high lunge. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, standing on the right foot for airplane pose. Strong and steady through your right leg. Open through your heart and shoulders. Wiggle your fingers a little bit. Just invite some looseness here. Rise up to standing. Left knee in towards your chest. Option to twist. Right hand outside your left knee. Maybe left arm reaches back behind you. Standing tall as you press down through your right big toe and outer blade of the right heel. Deep breath. Come back through center. Send your left leg back, airplane pose. Good. Take a long inhale. Let it wobble as it wants to. Bend your right knee. Step all the way back. High lunge. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, warrior two. Soften your jaw. Soften your shoulders. Wiggle it out a little bit. Good. Flip your palms. Exalted warrior. Reach up and back. Stretch your right leg long. Exalted triangle as you reach. Reach long with your right hand. Triangle pose. Right hand to a block or the earth. Left arm up towards the sky. Set your gaze wherever it feels most easeful here. And let the earth really rise up to meet your feet and enliven your inner legs as you squeeze the heels together. Good. Slowly rebend your right knee. You're in an extended side angle variation with the arms open. And then press down into that back foot, exalted triangle. Right leg straight, right arm reaches up and back as the left arm curls down and forward. And then take your time to let those waves come to connect. Elbows together, spiral your toes in. Eagle arms, lift your forearms skyward. And then bring the forearms back in front of you. Spin your heels in, toes out. Start to deepen your bend for goddess squat. And then tip your owl wings down towards the earth. As much or as little as you want. The fingertips might come all the way down. They might just gently bow and curl to make space in the upper middle back. Good. Slowly rise up. Drop your tailbone as you lift. Unwrap your arms. Warrior two, bending your left knee towards the front of your mat. Relax your jaw. Relax your breath. Flip your palms, exalted warrior. Reach up and back. Exhale, windmill down to the earth. Sweep your left leg up and back. Shake it out. Step your left foot outside your left hand. Lizard lunge. So really scoot those right toes back. Make some space for your right thigh. And then you can decide, stay up on your hands, pad with a blanket under your knee to bring it down to the earth maybe. Maybe you want to grab a block or a pillow and put it under your forearms here. Maybe just a little bit of gentle cow rocking, right? Rocking a little bit out of the shape as you round through your upper back, and then rocking deeper into the lunge as you lengthen through your spine and open. Sometimes what feels intuitive on one side feels really different on the other side, right? And that I think is so beautiful and cool. It's like as we relate to these different mother energies, some of them are going to invoke us to do different types of dances and work. So don't, right, like ask of your body that each side need the same medicine. See if we can really celebrate oh, interesting. On one side, I wanted to chill and learn from the stillness. And on another side, there was lots of motion that wanted to happen. What a beautiful thing to make space for the ways in which we are so many different worlds all in one container. Oof. Hang out there as long as you like. If you want to hang out there for the rest of class, that's perfect, right? If you want to, you could come back on your hands, walk your left foot in between your palms, tuck your back toes, sweep your left leg up and back, bend your knees, stack your hips. You could stay right here in this delicious hip over there. You could flip your dog, feet walk in under the knees, left arm arcs up and back. When you're ready, unflip. Boop. Feet to the earth. Come forward, high plank. And however you like, all the way down to your earthworm body on the floor. And do a little wiggle here, hands by your sides, just rock side to side. You can turn your head to one side, but really get some motion in your hips, like rock them side to side, almost imagining like you're on a raft on the ocean and there's these little waves that are very sweetly and effectively, right, rocking you into a realignment of your spine and your spirit. When you feel ready, you're going to lift up just a little bit. Stretch your right arm out to the right, palm facing down. I'm going to bend my left knee up towards the sky. And then very slowly, I'm going to start to explore what it's like to curl my left toes back until maybe they connect to the earth. Maybe they don't, right? Maybe I want a pillow. I love that we call a block a pillow in yoga, like, right. Whatever you got under your ear, as you curl back and gently come into that deep opening in the right shoulder. If it's too much, roll a little more onto your belly, right? You can moderate this so that it is exactly what your body needs. Ooh. And then it might be true that if you're encountering a lot of tension, that there is some kind of a gentle mothering conversation that happens internally. So what is it like to really love on that practice of what it is that we do when we come towards an edge and we hold ourselves with immense care as we explore it without blasting through, right? There's something really potent about that conversation of, interesting, that's a lot of sensation. Does this feel generative and helpful to me? Cool, yes, still hard to hang out. Okay, maybe I'll offer myself some breath, right? So it's not that we don't encounter discomfort. Of course, any like sharp pain or discomfort in that way tells us to back off. And it is also true that part of this practice is embracing moving towards an edge of curiosity and loving ourselves the whole time. And I do think that this is a huge practice of mothering. All right, whenever you're ready, you're gonna become the earth again. So start to melt towards the floor. Take your time. Plant your left hand by your left side for support. Funny transition. You're gonna keep your left knee bent. You're gonna lift up onto your left forearm. And then you're gonna reach back with that right arm that just opened and reach back for the inside of your left ankle. Notice how the left knee might want to swing out to the left. Keep it pretty at center here, right? We're in a little bit of a half bow. Your left forearm can support you. Press into your right hand. Good. We're going to try that one more time. Just gently. Right arm comes back down to the earth. Come back to your belly. Reach your left toes back over to the floor. Tap it to the earth. And then rolling back towards this Sphinx variation, rising up on your left forearm. Reach back with your right hand. Half bow. Boop. Tiger tail reaching back for support. Good. Gently release. Sphinx pose. Take a moment here to let your pubic bones soften towards the earth, to let your shoulders melt down behind your heart. And then when you're ready, you're going to stretch your left arm out to the left. Bend your right knee up towards the sky. Reach your right toes up and back behind you. Tap them to the earth. You might like that block or pillow under your left ear here. Sometimes I even like to let my right arm reach up and back and hang out in space. Soft jaw, open breath. Let yourself really welcome in the support of the air moving through you, the support of the earth underneath you. And somewhere up there in that beautiful rainy sky we have going on today, there is the full flower moon getting ready to burst forth tomorrow. I think this is a big part too of connecting to being cared for. It's like, how do we feel into what we can't see but know is true? The moon is right there behind the clouds, offering power, deep intuitive capacity and wisdom, and company. And can we expand and extend our fingertips and our hearts all the way up to her to feel the way she's holding us and teaching us? Slowly rolling back onto your belly. Use your right hand for support as you come down. You're going to prop up on your right forearm. And then reaching back with your left hand for your inner right ankle. Hug your right knee in towards center. And just so gently, you might press back right foot into your left hand. Good. We're going to try that one more time. Left arm extends out to the left. Reach your right toes back behind you. Find that opening. And then back onto your belly, Sphinx variation. Right forearm supports you. Left hand reaches back for the right inner foot. Good. All the way down to the earth. Bend both knees. Windshield wiper them side to side. Hug the knees towards each other a little bit if they splayed out. Hold the outer edges of your ankles. Hug your heels in towards your glutes. You could stay right here. If you want to, gently, from support, find the freedom to kick back into your hands. Bow pose, chest opening. Slow, deep breaths. Big inhale. Exhale, release to the earth. Windshield wiper your feet side to side. Make a pillow with your hands. Good, y'all stretch your legs long. Seat to heels, child pose. Rise up to tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. One more little flow, left leg up and back into the sky. Step your left foot forward. Low lunge, drop your right knee to the earth, sweep your arms up. And again, feeling that welcoming energy of the earth, letting your tailbone soften down. Feeling your heels squeeze towards each other so your heart and arms can lift. Cactus your elbows so it feels good. Throat open. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the earth, half splits. Stretch your left leg long. Rebend your left knee. Tuck your back toes. This time, lift your back knee up. High lunge, reach tall. Warrior two, open to the side. Flip your palms, exalted warrior, reach up towards the sky. Into half moon, bend deeply in your left knee. Grab your block or your couch as you launch onto your left foot. Flex your right toes, broad through your chest and heart. Any balance on your left leg is perfect here, right? Whatever feels right to you. We're gonna come all the way up to standing. So take your time, hug your right knee into your chest. Stand tall. Right leg over, right arm under for eagle arms. Lift your forearms, lift your owl wings. And then you could gently start to do that curl we've been practicing, rounding through the spine, tipping your wings down and forward as you sit deep in your seat. This is wobbly for me, right? So the right toes can be a kickstand. That's perfect. Feel the deep wrap in your core. We're going to come all the way up to standing. Unwrap, let it go. Lift your arms, lift your right knee. Send it back. Warrior three. Hands to your heart. Right heel stretches back. God, step all the way back to high lunge. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, warrior two, out to the side. Inhale, straighten your arms, straighten your legs, lift tall. Heels in, toes out, goddess pose. Cactus your elbows. Just take a moment here to feel your body, breathing deeply, to feel the symmetry and asymmetry that is here. Both sides open. Guide warrior two to the back of your mat and your right knee. Good. Flip your palms. Exalted warrior, reach up and back. Grab your block from the front of your mat if you want to. Half moon, step onto your right foot. See if you can not think too much about it, right? What's it like to sort of find a balancing shape, however it plays out, and just let it be what it is today? Trusting all the building blocks that you've given your body and your breath so that you can be a little wild and free with it. Good, all the way up to standing, let it be soft. Let your toes come down. If you want, eagle pose, left leg over, left arm under. Inhale, lift your forearms, pull your left hip back a little bit, and then just round in. Trust your body to take you where you need to be. Good, rise up to standing, unwrap, lift your left knee. Warrior three, stretch it back. Take a big breath in. Step all the way back to high lunge. Lift your arms up towards the sky. And then on your exhale, just bend your back knee and lower it to the earth. Good, you can untuck your toes. Take a deep breath in. Cactus your elbows if you want to. Or maybe just lift your gaze up towards the moon mother. Make some space for whatever wisdom she has to bring to you this cycle. And notice if there's anything that you want to offer to her here in this heart open, throat open place. Inhale, lift your arms up. Hands to the earth. Half splits. Good. Re-bend your knee, plant your hands, press into your hands. You're in kind of like almost tabletop here. You're gonna pick up your right foot and swing your right leg back behind you. And then tuck your right knee back behind your left knee. Separate your feet so the right foot's reaching to the left and the left foot's reaching to the right. Ideal. And then you're gonna walk your hands back, all the way back until you're sitting back for Gomukhasana. Left knee is stacked on top of the right. If you prefer double pigeon, shin stacked, by all means, right? Beautiful. So a little wiggle here, right? Like let your tush find the earth. And notice, right, usually one bum cheek knows the earth a little bit more for a billion and one reasons. Beautiful, right? That bum cheek has maybe something that it can invite the other bum cheek into. No peer pressure, right? But like one side that knows how to soften and surrender might be able to lovingly invite that tighter or more grip side into a little bit of surrender and softening. No forcing. You can stay right here. You could fold a little bit forward if you want to. Feeling your pelvic floor and hips soften and widen to make space for the knees to come to. It's almost like the more the hips open, the more the knees can come together and integrate. Let your head and neck be soft, right? They don't have to force the stretch. They're just here for the ride with your spine. This doesn't have to be graceful at all. Like I'm gonna have to scoot because I'm near a table, but eventually you're literally just gonna roll back, right? So onto your back, same stack of the knees, left knees on top. If that gets silly, just lie onto your back. You can stack left knee on top of right. And we're reaching up for the outer blades of the feet. Gently hugging down on the feet with your hands as you resist the tiniest bit, just to feel the strength of your legs back up into your hands. And maybe there's some rocking that wants to happen, or some lengthening of your left hip away from your left shoulder. Good. Unwrap to happy baby whenever you're ready. And just feel how that's different without the bind of the legs. Good. Holding the back of your thighs, start to rock forward and back. Building a little momentum, we're going to come up to chair pose. So take your time, and then eventually your hands can help you. Boop. Feet to the earth, stretch up. Good. Take a big breath in. Exhale to soften. Inhale, reach up. Arch back. Exhale. Fold forward. Halfway lift, deep breath. Step back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Lift your heels, lower your knees down to the earth. Press down into your hands. You're going to swing your left foot up and back into the sky. And then you're going to tuck your left knee back behind your right. Send your feet out wide to make some space. So right foot goes over to the left foot to the right. wiggle around a little bit, start to walk your hands back, coming all the way back to sit between your feet. This can be a really nice spot to have a pillow under your tush. A little extra lift. Yeah. So the hips can soften. So your knees can gently integrate. Sometimes I like to bring right hand to right knee, left hand to left knee, and just so gently kind of like welcome them in towards the center. Staying with a tall spine if that feels good, or folding a little bit forward. Your breath. As a mother, a wild mother that knows how to flow through and find the places that are still needing support. And you can really invite that energy. In yoga, they say that breath and prana are intertwined, right? So that the breath rides on the back of the Hamsa swan, right? And that prana also rides the same exact pathway. Prana, this life force. I kind of feel like, yes, there are different words for them. And also, we're talking about the exact same thing. Breath is the force that flows through us and gives us life through attention. I mean, what greater act of love than to offer something our attention? So you can purposefully direct this attention life force towards whatever parts of you are needing the most support. And I also really take refuge in knowing that even if I don't know what needs help, the breath knows how to find it. So I don't have to be able to pinpoint like, it's exactly this one spot, right? In my body or in my heart. I can just welcome the breath in. I can welcome the light of the moon in. I can welcome the dirt of the earth in. And she knows what to do. Our work is to figure out what's required for us to be able to open the door. All right, the most glamorous transition of all time, where we bloop onto our backs, right? So pull out the pillow if you've got it, take your time, and you're just gonna lovingly rock back. Right knee is on top of left. You can reach up outer blades of the feet in your hands. And just the gentlest, it's not even a pull, right? It's just I'm giving a little resistance to my feet. And then I'm resisting a little bit with my feet back up into my hands. Notice if that right side gets short. With a big breath, you can lengthen your right hip down away from your right shoulder. Good. Unwrap when you're ready. Happy baby pose. And then feet come down to the earth for bridge. We're doing lots of heart opening today. So check in with your body if you need something different by all means. You can walk your feet in close, hands by your sides. Take a deep breath in to widen into your base, in your feet, in the back of your head. And then slowly start to lift as much or as little as feels right to you. Right? Because I've got some sciatica stuff going on, I've been doing PT bridge, which is like less than half the height of what I was learned in yoga bridge, right? So anywhere in there, there's medicine at every level, and you pick what feels good to you. Let this agency and autonomy be another way that you offer yourself deep attention, right? We notice what it is our body's yearning for, and we do our best to create the conditions for it to receive it. Rest when you're ready. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. Good. Figure four, right ankle over left knee. Reach through, clasp the back of your left thigh, or if you want a hamstring stretch, you can walk your hands up and over that right leg, up towards your left heel or calf or pants, whatever you've got there. And just the gentlest encouragement of your right knee moving away from your right shoulder. We're going to come into some variation of a twist. So option one is to let the left leg go completely, hug the right knee in, and pull it across the body. Option two, if you want to, you can swoop, squeeze the inner knees together, find eagle legs, scoot your hips over to the right, and let your knees fall to the left. If you've got any low back stuff going on like me, strong recommend to not loop those legs, right? Stretch your left leg long and pull your right knee across. Right arm can reach up and back on a diagonal. Let your body melt into the earth. It's such a powerful reminder for me every time that I'm experiencing chronic pain. Because every time I think yoga isn't possible for me now. And I go through this mothering with myself, with the earth, with my own mother, of talking about like, right, it is completely possible and it must be different. The practice must be different as we are different. So it just feels like this never ending, beautiful, cyclical lesson about what it means to adapt, what it really means to heal, I think. Which is not that we sometimes to heal is to give up on something, right? To let it go when it's really not working. And also sometimes to heal is to remake. Back to center when you're ready. Unwrap your legs, send them up towards the sky and give them a big shake. Maybe arms too. Really wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. This is part of how we remake, is we reset in our bones and body, right? We let all of what's stuck move a little bit so that we can be more creative. When you're ready, left ankle over right knee, figure four, holding the back of the thigh or the calf. And I've learned this lesson so many times since I started practicing yoga and movement as a 2-year-old, you know? And our bodies and our spirits and our communities change so many times in this life. What a profound gift it is that Mother Yoga has room for however it is that we need or want to practice. She knows what's up. Like there is a reason why there are so many different forms of the divine in the Hindu pantheon. There are so many different forms of us that we take or that are lying dormant, ready to be awakened. So what a gift, right? That even if we were not born into these wisdom traditions, that we get to lovingly approach them with humility and delight and deep appreciation of different forms of ourselves being modeled back to us. Fierceness when we need it. Being a river when we need it. Saraswati, right? Being an abundant basket of fruits when we need it. A lotus flower that keeps blossoming, Lakshmi. Sustaining ourselves deeply through periods of work and efforting, Vishnu. Like all of these incredible archetypes. Moving towards the twist, you can wrap left leg over for eagle or hug the left knee in, right leg long. Twisting to the right, scoot your hips back a little bit, and left arm up and back. To be able to change shape and still be on the path. I think this is what it really means to practice yoga. I think this is really what it means to practice being human. Notice where your eyes land in your space here. Nothing is on accident. My eyes land on a print of an owl on the wall. And she's right there. And I think one of the gifts of this lifetime is to realize that all of the guides that we need are right here, especially when we're ready to see them. Engage your belly back through to center. Any other wiggles that you want. I'm going to offer you two options for a final shape, but like there are 4 bajillion. So feel free to go get your cat, get your sweetie, get your pillows and blankets, like set up in a way that feels deeply supportive. Give yourself the gift of one extra piece of support that you don't normally go get, you know? Light the candle, do the thing. You have time. Two shapes that I'll offer. One is Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. So you could find a wall or you could find your couch, right? And scoot your tush right up to the base of it. It can be nice, kind of like getting a little ball to really snuggle your tush up to the wall and then swing your legs up or over the couch. This is so deeply restorative as our pelvis can kind of like hammock down towards the earth. Another option, if you want to be on your back, is to grab a pillow or a block and to place it behind your heart. And to lie back with a little bit of gentle lift behind your heart and let the body really melt. So whatever shape it is that your body's inviting you into, I'm gonna light some candles for us so that the warmth of this light can reach you wherever you are. Take the time to lay the blanket over you or under your pelvis if that feels good. And give yourself the grace of taking a little time to get into relationship with what you're melting into, right? You might feel immediately held, or it might take a few moments for the body and the breath to soften into the holding. So trust that deeply. Your timing is perfect. What if every time we felt resistance, we gave ourselves more love? What would it be like to welcome the resistance and to wrap our arms around it? Letting yourself soften into the earth. Taking your time to let your breath, to let tears, to let words flow and open. All is deeply welcome here. Jam, jam, jam. Let yourself awaken slowly to the sound of the mother mantra. Let it invite you back into your body or back into this room in a slow and sweet way. Jai Ma, 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 Jai Ma. 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 Let yourself move a little bit side to side. Maybe slowly hugging your knees in towards your chest. And just taking some moments to roll over onto your side, to give yourself a warm embrace with your arms wrapped around you, to orient to the texture of the floor underneath you as you press your palms into the earth. And you can stay right there or come up to a seat that calls you. One of my favorite practices of being with the many mothers is that every time I see something that takes my breath away or invites me into learning any message I've ever seen before, a symbol, a shape, a word, I say, Jai Ma. I say it, right? I whisper it, I say it. It depends on the context, right? I might whisper it, I might yell it, I might sing it, depending on where I am. There is something powerful about us naming when we see the mother. So, for me lately, it's been a lot of birds on my porch. For you, it might be what you see at a protest or community moment where someone steps forward with great bravery and care, right? It might be what it looks like to offer your neighbor some support, bringing their groceries in. Jai Ma, to say it. You can say it in Sanskrit, you can say it in your native tongue, however you want to say it. But to say, oh, there's a mother. There's a mother. Here's a mother. It helps us to connect to the abundance of this protection and sovereignty and support that helps us be the most empowered and loved versions of ourselves. Jai Ma. Hi, Mom. Hi. Wherever you are in this lifetime and the next, we say, hello, Mother. What a gift it is to be in apprenticeship with you, to be you, to be the mother, and to also be needing the mother always. So, of course, today we've been working with the deck, the Kim Kranz's, I think, most mysterious and profound deck, because I don't understand it and I love things I don't understand, is this deck, which is the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck. And of course, we got the moon card today, which I've never pulled, Luna, the moon. So I will read to you. Feel free to take whatever parts you need and leave the rest behind. Luna, moon, her main archetypes are mystery, receptivity, and intuition. Of course, we would pick her today. The moon represents the mother of all mysteries. Once a month, it slips in the full spotlight and then disappears, only to initiate the cycle again. Gifting us with the message of impermanence and change, the moon reminds us we are in constant transition, continually letting go and embracing. It is the yin principle, one of listening. This card may indicate a time of rest and restoration is in order, or that a new depth of spiritual practice calls. Dreams and memories may be especially vivid. The gates to the liminal realm have been opened. The alchemist's task is to be receptive to its message. Be patient, though. The moon speaks in the language of symbols, and delivering its messages takes time and receptivity. Magic is afoot. Seek into it, sweet child. To go deeper, practice Yoga Nidra, the subtle art of dreaming awake, and to ponder the center of the moon. The moon has a cooling and soothing effect on the psyche. Think of this lunar card bringing a sense of ease and stillness to whatever work you're doing right now. So grateful for you, moon mothers, each one of you in your own ways. Incredible moon mothers, right? It's such an honor to practice with you. It's such an honor to circle and to remember the fullness that is available in all times, right? At the full moon and also at every other part of the cycle, there is a deep fullness. Thank you so much. I love you. I hope you have such a nourishing day. Reach out to me if you want to talk more about mothering and moons. I'm here. I love you. And I will see you next month.